growing to build this country in simplicity, we are committed to delivering our graduates become competent new generations, intelligent persons with noble character. Faculty of Pharmacy Universitas Padjadjaran. At the Faculty of Pharmacy Universitas Padjadjaran, we put creativity as our priority by keeping on to be creative and consistent with the development of science and technology. To date, Faculty of Pharmacy has 5 study programs. Each of study programs has several learning outcomes, which are divided into several aspects: attitude, knowledge, and skills. These learning outcomes were achieved through the learning process in the classrooms, internship, fieldwork, laboratory practice, and research. There are 4 departments where all of the human resources at the Faculty of Pharmacy Universitas Padjadjaran affiliate and collaborate, which represent the scope of scientific fields, namely Pharmaceutical Analysis and Medicinal Chemistry Department, Pharmaceutics and Pharmaceutical Technology Department, Pharmaceutical Biology Department, and Pharmacology and Clinical Pharmacy Department. And to maintain consistent quality of education, each department is equipped with laboratories that are in accordance with national standards of higher education to provide the best experience from learning process, producing competent graduates, thousands of research and excellent products.
Welcome to the Department of Pharmaceutical Analysis and Medicinal Chemistry. This department has 2 laboratories for lab practice, namely Basic Analysis Physicochemistry Laboratory and Synthesis and Medicinal Chemistry Laboratory, as well as Instrument Laboratory for lab practice and research. Additionally, for their research, students can utilize the facility at the Unpad Central Laboratory and the partner laboratory, namely PT Prodia Widya Husada. At the Basic Analysis Physicochemistry Laboratory, students learn qualitative and quantitative analysis of compound both in a conventional and modern way, such as volumetric technique and various instruments. Qualitative analysis method include performing a color reaction and determining the melting point of a compound using a melting point apparatus. In comparison, quantitative analysis method include performing titration, such as acid-base titration to determine the concentration of compound in a sample. The basic of qualitative and quantitative analysis obtained by students in lab practice at level 1, 2, 3 are then used to study separation method, followed by qualitative and quantitative analysis using instrument. An instrument room dedicated to storing analytical instrument, which can be used for lab practice or research for bachelor, master, and doctoral students are available in this lab. In the instrument room, there are FTIR, UVV spectrophotometry, microplate reader, flame emission spectroscopy, and high-performance liquid chromatography. Students can analyze the functional group of an organic compound based on the bond energy between atoms using FTIR. When students are required to perform qualitative and quantitative analysis of organic compound based on the presence of chromophore group and their application in the pharmaceutical field, they can use spectrophotometry. A large number of samples can be analyzed simultaneously using a microplate reader, which has the same principle as UVV spectrophotometry. Meanwhile, to determine the concentration of alkali metals with specific flame emission colors, students can use FES. Students can also separate organic compound based on the distribution of analysis between the stationary phase and the mobile phase using HPLC. In addition to utilizing the facilities at the Basic Analysis Physicochemistry Laboratory and the Synthesis and Medicinal Chemistry Laboratory, students of the master and the doctoral program can also carry out their research in the Unpad Central Laboratory and the faculty's partner laboratory owned by PT Prodia Widya Husada. Students can use high-end instruments such as LCMS, GCMS, AAS, ICP, OES in these laboratories for conducting study related to the new drug development and drug quality control, resulting in various publications and reputable international journals.
At the Synthesis and Medicinal Chemistry Laboratory, students learn the synthesis of compound and characterization and elucidation of the structure of the synthetic product. In addition, students are also introduced to the computer-aided drug design for search and development of new drugs using licensed software such as LigandScout and Ember in drug development design lab practice. Therefore, students can further and use this software to support research in drug discovery for bachelor thesis and master thesis and dissertation. In these laboratories, students learn separation techniques such as filtration, distillation, and liquid-liquid extraction to separate the target compound from the matrix.
Welcome to the Pharmaceutical and Pharmaceutical Technology Department. Our department is divided into main laboratories for the implementation of the learning process and research, namely the Pharmaceutical Laboratory and Pharmaceutical Technology Laboratory. Firstly, at the Pharmaceutical Laboratory, students are given basic skill in designing pharmaceutical dosage form and managing pharmaceutical products in pharmaceutical service, facility compounding, dispensing to support achievement of competence. This laboratory service two laboratory practice, namely physical pharmacy and pharmaceutics. In pharmaceutical pharmacy, laboratory practice students are introduced to supporting various physical phenomena when designing pharmaceutical dosage form and the evaluation of equality of the design products. Evaluation of product is carried out through several tests, starting from the testing of solubility of the active raw material product, the viscosity of liquid product using viscometer, as well as its pH, and stability of product using climatic chamber. In pharmaceutical laboratory practice, students are trained to skill in drug preparation, a process based on a prescription to meet the doctor demand accordingly, starting from wiring drug ingredient packaging and labeling until handing over medicine to patients, as well as the required doses.
Secondly, here in the Pharmaceutical Technology Laboratories, students are provided with skill in the solid, semi-solid, and liquid dosage forms, both non-sterile and sterile preparations, to get an overview of the application of GMP in the pharmaceutical industry. In the formulation and technology of solid dosage forms lab practice, students are able to process and inspect the quality of solid dosage forms either in the form of granules or tablets. The quality of solid preparation in the form of granules is inspected by granule parameters testing. A granule dosage form is evaluated for further process by testing the flowability of the granules to examine whether the granules flow easily during mixing and tablet pressing, thus ensuring the homogeneity of the desired dose. In the next process, the granules will be compressed into tablets, and their compressibility was examined to see whether the granules can be easily compressed into tablets. After getting into the tablets, the quality of the tablet is checked, including tablet hardness, friability test, and the disintegration time. Tablet hardness is carried out to examine the hardness of the produced tablet, ensuring the level of hardness that is suitable for storage as well as for consumption by patients. A friability test is conducted to examine the level of tablet friability, which is an indicator of tablet strength during the distribution process. The disintegration time is tested as parameter of the ease of the tablet disintegration in the digestive tract. Furthermore, in the formulation and technology of liquid and semi-solid dosage forms laboratory practice, students can process and check the quality of non-sterile liquid and semi-solid products. In this liquid and semi-solid preparation, the quality of the mixed preparation is checked through physical evaluation of the preparation, including testing of the pH and the viscosity of the preparation. Furthermore, in the formulation and technology of sterile preparation practice, students can process sterile liquid and semi-solid products starting from the preparation process until the final sterilization, for example by hot steam using an autoclave. After the pharmaceutical preparation are made, students learn to test the effectiveness of pharmaceutical preparation in biological system through the biopharmaceutical and pharmacokinetic laboratory practice. The test can be carried out through the comparative dissolution test, which is then analyzed using computer pharmacokinetic software such as PK Bootstrap. During the final project of bachelor, master, and doctoral programs, the main focus of research in the laboratories in our department is the development of raw materials, pharmaceutical preparations, and drug delivery system. In their research, students can conduct a study on efficient ways of drug delivery, either through conventional or advanced methods such as particle size examination for nanoparticle-based preparation in the development of cancer therapy preparation using the particle size analyzer available at the vendor facility. In addition, students can also utilize the various facilities available in the central laboratory in conducting research on how to formulate new drug candidates that have passed a series of safety tests to the clinical trial in the humans, including facilities for coating preparation, freeze bed dryers or spray dryers, super mixer for mixing preparation, as well as special tablet compressing. The result of our research have been published in various reputable international journals.
Welcome to Pharmaceutical Biology Department. This department has 2 laboratories that can be used for lab practice and research activities. Additionally, research also can be performed at the UNPAD Central Laboratories. The first laboratory, namely the Natural Products Laboratory, students will learn the procedure for examining herbal raw materials, both simplicia or crude drugs and extracts, and also isolating bioactive compounds from plants in the search for the new drugs, or drugs discovery through the practice of botanical pharmacy, pharmacognosy, and also phytochemistry. In the botanical pharmacy and pharmacognosy lab practice, herbal materials were examined, including examination of the identity of simplicia or crude drugs, both macroscopically with the 5 senses and microscopically with a light microscope. Histology of fresh sample as well as fragments of simplicia powder were also identified according to the reference to ensure the sample authenticity. In addition to identification, sample examination also includes the testing of specific parameter, namely TLC or thin layer chromatography, water-soluble and ethanol-soluble contents, as well as non-specific parameter, namely loss on drying, total S and acid-insoluble content, and water content of the extracts. Furthermore, the specific chemical content, both simplicia and extract samples, were also examined using TLC densitometry. All examinations in this laboratory are carried out according to the standard of Indonesian Herbal Pharmacopoeia as a form of quality control of herbal materials. In the phytochemistry practice, students can perform the isolation of compounds from natural materials, starting with phytochemical screening to identify the group of compound contained in the test sample. Then, students can perform the extraction of secondary metabolites in the sample. After extract is obtained, students can then perform the isolation process using various separation methods, such as vacuum liquid chromatography and column chromatography to obtain pure isolate or single compound. Students who are conducting research can use the instrument available in the central laboratory to perform a qualitative analysis of the isolates, including melting point testing, and quantitative analysis using densitometry TLC. In addition, students can also use a freeze dryer to dry the aqueous extract.
The second laboratory in the Pharmaceutical Biology Department is the Microbiology and Biotechnology Laboratory. Which is used for lab practice and research related to microbiology and biotechnology for bachelor, master, and doctoral students. Lab practice and research activities include observation of microbial characteristics, bacteria and fungi, microbial contamination tests, activity tests on microbe, genetic identification of microbe, identification of polymorphism, propagation of the genetic material for recombinant DNA cloning, design and production of recombinant proteins, purification of recombinant protein, and characterization and identification of the protein. Identification of microbe is carried out to identify microbe, starting with the determination of the characteristic of microbe through a staining test and observation with a microscope. A microbial contamination test is carried out to determine microbial contamination in the natural ingredient used for jamu as traditional medicine, and standardized herbal medicine resulting in standardized natural ingredients. Activity tests on microbes are carried out to determine the antimicrobial activity of active substance contained in ingredient or synthetic compound. The activity test against microbe was carried out based on the procedure in the CLSI, Clinical and Laboratory Standard Institute, with the microdilution method. Genetic material amplification by PCR polymerase chain reaction was performed to detect 16S RNA and 18S RNA genes for identification of microbes, antibiotic resistance genes, and polymorphism. This genetic material is also used for cloning recombinant DNA. Sodium didecyl sulfate polyacrylamide gel electrophoresis or SDSPH is performed to characterize protein based on the protein molecular weight and protein activity test through the native phage gel. Protein identification is carried out by reacting this protein with antibodies and then is tested using Western blot.
Welcome to the Cell and Molecular Biology Laboratory. Which is a laboratory with complete facility for conducting cell activity assay in the Department of Pharmacology and Clinical Pharmacy. We have a collection of more than 20 cell types from ATCC and ECACC, consisting of normal cell and cancer cell line. All of our cells are stored in liquid nitrogen tank and thawed as needed. The media which are used for cell culture process are prepared according to the guideline of ATCC and ECACC. The cell lines stored in the liquid nitrogen tank were thawed and then cultured according to the specific condition of each cells. To determine the morphology and percentage of confluence C, we use inverted microscope. When the cells are not longer used, the stock of cell is stored in -80° freezer and liquid nitrogen. For in vitro test and cellular mechanism, we also have several supporting equipment, including a centrifugation, second incubator, pH meter, analytical balance, flow cytometer, and real-time PCR. One of the most frequent used methods in our laboratory is in vitro cytotoxicity test of various pure compound and extract against various collection of cell line to determine the IC50. In addition, the search for the specific mechanism of the test material can also carried out through the ELISA method. Our lab is also equipped with a flow cytometer to determine specific mechanisms such as apoptosis and cell cycle. These instruments also can be used for quantify the number of specific protein expressed by cell line after treatment by test material or drug candidate with the principle of protein-antibody specific interaction. Our laboratory is also equipped with real-time PCR for mechanism of action, then required specific gene expression quantification. With the principle of gene amplification and detection of specific fluorescence, this instrument can be used to determine the upregulation and downregulation mechanism of specific gene expression to determine the mechanism of compound and the drug candidate. The Cell and Molecular Biology Laboratory of Faculty of Pharmacy also one of the supporting facility for research activity in BSL-3. This laboratory participates in the research for the production of SARS-CoV-2 antibody using mammalian cell line for diagnostic and therapy.
The second laboratory in the Department of Pharmacology and Clinical Pharmacy is the Pharmacology Laboratory. Pharmacology Laboratory is a laboratory that tests preclinical studies such as pharmacological activity and toxicity of a drug, either in vitro study or enzymatically experiment. In this laboratory, before activity testing on the animal's object is performed, the animals are stored in the Animal Production Center, rat and mice in the UNPAD Central Laboratory. In the center of the production test animals, we carry out room setting, including temperatures and humidity testing, which are documented in laboratory document. In addition, we also adjust the lighting by maintaining 12-hour light and 12-hour dark setting. Furthermore, to avoid contamination of the test animals, we separated the rats production room from the mice production room. To ensure animal welfare, we also check the condition of the feeding and the drinking waters of the test animal twice a week, ensuring the test animal receive proper food and drink. We also change the cage and bedding once a week to ensure the cleanliness and comfort of the animal cages. We give each cage an identity to avoid the identity swap between the test animals. In the pharmacology laboratory, students are also introduced to various kinds of the test animals that are commonly used in the testing the activity of drug, starting from the introduction of characteristics of test animals, handling the test animals according to the Declaration of Helsinki, and management of medical and biological waste according to the applicable rules. One of the tests that are usually carried out in the laboratory pharmacology is a testing for anti-diabetic and anti-dyslipidemia activity. Both of these tests were initiated by induction of the test animals using alloxan or streptozotocin for induction of diabetes mellitus and administration of Triton to induce dyslipidemia, LDL, total cholesterol, and also triglyceride in animals model. After the animals models of diabetes mellitus and dyslipidemia is conditioned, synthetic or natural medical preparation are given to evaluate their activity. Diabetes parameters such as blood glucose and dyslipidemia parameters such as low density lipoprotein, high density lipoprotein, triglyceride were observed using a hematology analyzer.
Welcome to the last laboratory in the Department of Pharmacology and Clinical Pharmacy, the Clinical Biochemistry Laboratory. This laboratory studies the interpretation of clinical data in the form of case studies. In addition, this laboratory also trains both students in bachelor and pharmacist professional programs in pharmaceutical practices such as self-medication and counseling of drug information. Case studies in the interpretation of clinical data are varied, ranging from new patients regarding treatment advice and the DRP to monitor drug effects. Students are able to provide therapeutic advice according to the patient's condition and are able to analyze the DRP that occurs. In drug side effects monitoring, students are trained to use Naranjo scale. The practice of self-medication gives students the experience of how the process and attitude in dealing with patients. Self-medication learning adheres to learning by doing principle. Before they carried out the practice, students are provided with methods, attitudes, and understanding of self-medication drugs, as well as practicing with their friends. After practicing, students are required to make reports and present cases and their activities during practice. All learning processes are accompanied by lecturers with pharmacist professions. Learning of drugs information and counseling are carried out for students of the pharmacist professional programs because they have graduated from bachelor's program and have the status of a pharmacist assistant. The learning process is accompanied by a lecturer who is a pharmacist. Students who are permitted to practice counseling have to consult with their lecturers regarding the counseling materials. The students are then allowed to give counseling after the materials are believed to be correct or valid and have been approved by the lecturer. When giving counseling to the patients, students are accompanied by a lecturer. In counseling learning, there are several patient criteria for counseling, such as geriatrics and with degenerative diseases, patients with special conditions such as pregnancy, breastfeeding, and others, and the use special drugs such as inhaler, suppositoria, and others.
All laboratory facilities in the Faculty of Pharmacy are part of the process of producing graduates in realizing the faculty's vision of becoming an excellent faculty in the implementation of pharmacy education, which is internationally competitive and impactful on society.